This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. The brink of Memorial Day 2017.
Yeah,
the weekend, I should say, not the day.
Exactly. That's on Monday, but
Right.
Lots of people getting out this weekend to head out to the beach.
All eyes on the forecast. Here's some out the answers. Hey, John.
Could not be better.
Good answer.
Couldn't be better.
Lots of people glad to hear that, I'm sure.
Yeah, very rare that you get a cold front coming through at this time of year. The cold front came through before the weekend started, just kind of ushered in the beautiful weather. We're coasting right through Friday into the weekend with nothing but at least 2 days of remarkable weather and then a couple of days of pretty nice weather as well. So all in all, we're in luck. Technically, we have temperatures that are feeling very much like they should have last month. We're looking at temperatures in the low 80s around for daytime highs today. Low relative humidity, not a drop of rain falling across the Florida Peninsula. Have some out in Gulf waters, but that's about it. Check out the 24-hour temperature change. We are down more than 10 degrees, almost 15 degrees in some cases for our 24-hour temperature change. That is pretty nice, I'd say. Looking at a daytime high today that it comes in at probably about 83, 84 degrees. Lots of sunshine, low humidity, no rainfall. Man, it doesn't get any better. Over the next several days, I think you'll enjoy lower wind speeds. If you're a boater, going to be a lot of people boating this weekend. Should be just fine. And beach going couldn't be better. UV indexes will be high. The breezes will be nice at the coastline, and the humidity, again, at least through Saturday, a little bit lower. Now, things will change down the road a bit, and we'll talk about that in a second.
With all the suspense. Thank you, John. Talk to you again soon. Checking the maps first off in Manatee County. A few extra cars already this morning just west of the interstate, heading westbound on State Road 70. Also, a little bit of a buildup this morning around the Bayfront, heading from the Ringling Causeway, wrapping around toward 41 near the grocery store there, South County. Nothing much to speak of at 5:02 on your Friday morning. Topping our news this morning, a Suncoast lawyer is behind bars this morning.
This after allegedly asking a witness to lie under oath. Punta Gorda attorney Tana Bogle was placed under arrest for tampering with a witness yesterday evening. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says the witness told them that Bogle said her client's family would pay $2,500 for him to take back his statements. Bogle was booked in the Charlotte County Jail with no bond set yet. We'll have more on this story at noon. The parents of a triple murderer says a loophole in the law didn't allow them to get their son the mental help he needed. Andres Avalos Sr. had taken his son Andres Jr. to several doctors months before he committed a triple murder. He says his son was in denial about his mental state, and without his permission, the law says that doctors could not treat him. As Florida law stands, every adult has the right to make his or her own medical decisions. However, if a family member thinks their loved one is dangerous, they can file a court order to have a judge initiate what's called the Baker Act.
Generally, it's a concerned party, spouse, parent, sibling, loved one, who does have concerns about the individual. Those people can fill out paperwork indicating their concerns, what's been going on, what their observations are, why the individual refuses to get and seek help.
If granted, the Baker Act permits healthcare personnel to evaluate and assess the mental health of individuals and then make recommendations for treatment.
An update now on the search for a man suspected in several home burglaries in Charlotte County. Deputies were called to Peachland Boulevard last night after someone saw a suspicious man. He was found on Grayton Terrace after a 4-hour search around the neighborhood. This is Blake Guild. He is now facing 64 charges, ranging from grand theft to armed burglary, all in a 5-week crime spree. He is being held without bond this morning.
A search for a wanted suspect in Inglewood has led to the arrest of 2 people for a separate crime. Deputies with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office were canvassing El Campo Avenue when they came across a house with a door that had been forced open. Inside, deputies found a fake wall with glowing lights on the other side. They obtained a search warrant and found marijuana and also marijuana plants in the home. The homeowners, Amanda and Michael Mathern, are facing several charges, including manufacturing marijuana and possessing over 20 grams of that drug.
Police in Bradenton will now have a badge, their gun, and a bottle of Narcan. Now, the state has given BPD a $20,000 grant to carry the medication that can reverse opioid overdoses. Manatee County has one of the highest overdose rates in the state. The grant will be able enough to buy 400 units of Narcan, which will be carried by officers during overdose calls. So far this year, they've responded to 98 overdoses and 9 suspected opiate-related deaths as well. And another grant for police in Bradenton. This one involves crime prevention. The Florida Contraband Forfeiture Grant Program will give BPD $13,000. It'll go to help neighborhood organizations improve safety and promote crime prevention. The funds will be given to community groups, associations, or nonprofit organizations.
A decision on a Punta Gorda police officer's appeal to get his job back has been made. The Punta Gorda city manager ruled yesterday that Lee Coel's termination was correct under the applicable disciplinary rules and procedures. Coel was fired last March for his role in the shooting death of Mary Knowlton. She was the 73-year-old woman fatally shot during a citizens training academy in August.
An update now on that stubborn Northport wildfire that burned some 3,500 acres. Northport's wildfire is finally contained. Crews from Florida all the way to South Carolina have been battling the flames and working to keep it from spreading to nearly other areas. No cause of this fire has been released.
Manatee County commissioners and school board members had their first joint discussion on whether contaminants at Bayshore High School caused a group of alumni to develop cancer and other medical issues. County staff reviewed documents at the site after underground storage tanks were removed and 2 wells on the campus were closed. They claim neither showed harmful amounts of toxins in the soil or groundwater. However, the Manatee County Health Department says the county should compile and review medical records of those alumni to see if there is a link between the types of cancer.
First and foremost, the systematic manner to go about this is to identify a cancer cluster, and we haven't done that in 20-some years, and I think everyone has recognized that.
I just want to know what caused it. You know, is it was from the school or where? I just want to answer. That's all I was here.
The school board asked if a third-party environmental firm could double-check those documents. The health department says it would be willing to conduct such a study into those cancer cases, but it could be costly and require consent from all of the patients or their families.
All right, 5:07 now. For the second time, Siesta Key has been named tops in the country.
That's right. The honor comes from Dr. Beach himself, Stephen Leatherman. He says Sarasota County's $22 million upgrade helped get Siesta back on top. For the second time in 7 years, Siesta Beach taking home the coveted title of #1 beach in America. Dr. Stephen Leatherman, better known as Dr. Beach, has been evaluating beaches for more than 25 years, and each year he releases a new top 10. But how does he decide when there's so many places all around the country?
There are 50 criteria, and I actually go through the ratings. I have a checklist, and I score them on every factor.
On that checklist,
You got to have clean water, clean sand. Everybody's got to have that. Then you have to have facilities well managed and available.
and Leatherman says you can't forget about environmental protection.
I look at beach erosion. I look at the width of the beach. I look at, you know, do they have dunes? Do they have wildlife? But of course, I take off for mosquitoes, greenhead flies.
He also chooses the top beaches based on amenities, something Sarasota County recently spent more than $22 million on. Those upgrades include expanded parking, a playground, picnic areas, a free trolley, and concession stands. Among those upgrades, Dr. Beach says the one he enjoys the most.
Keeping the beach unspoiled. You didn't impact the beach. You kept the buffer. So to me, those are things I definitely look for. So this beach is going to be here in good shape for a long time.
Keeping the title of national winner isn't an easy job.
I'll come back and inspect it. So if things start slipping, if the beach slips away, starts eroding, then it'll have to fall off the list.
Dr. Beach says among the points given to Siesta Beach, there wasn't much he took off for.
Altogether, it came out in space, came out tops in a lot of categories.
Well, Siesta Beach also beat out Hawaii's best, Kapalua Bay on the island of Maui, coming in at #2, and then Ocracoke Beach in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, rounding out the top 3.
Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and everyone around here loves these designations.
I know, exactly. Great opportunity for us here in Siesta.
Right, good marketing. All right.
And another cool thing to note, we mentioned the smoking. You can still smoke at Siesta Beach, and Dr. Beach said that moving forward, he will be taking off points for that. So it'll be interesting to see if Chamber of Commerce does anything about it.
Yeah, I know the county will have to decide on that because he has mentioned that before. He does not like that smoking policy in Siesta Key.
Certainly does not. Well, an important health advisory for another popular beach here on the Suncoast.
Talk about bad timing. On the eve of Memorial Day weekend, Sarasota County has issued a no swim advisory at Casperson Beach in Venice. They say recent water quality testing shows the amount of harmful bacteria is spiking right now. Well, the beach is still open, but officials say do not go in the water until the advisory is lifted. And Northport moving fast to design a new $11 million water park in their city. Commissioners have now allocated $500,000 to hire a design firm to draw up plans for the park. It'll be the only one of its type on the Suncoast. There'll be water slides, a lazy river, picnic areas, and a concession stand. Once the park opens, visitors will pay an entrance fee. The plan is to have a very large pool and then a small pool for young kids as well.
The idea of the aquatic center actually came from our residents. It's one of those examples of how residents have made a difference over the years.
No word yet when construction will actually begin.
A new state-of-the-art facility in the Florida Keys is now officially open for Mote Marine Laboratory. The center will give top scientists and educators from around the world a place to work on coral reefs and climate change. The 19,000 square foot building, named the Elizabeth Moore International Center for Coral Reef Research and Restoration in Summerlin Key, doubles the space Mote originally had for research. Highlights of the facility also include labs, classrooms for educational purposes, and housing.
If you give bright minds and talented people cutting-edge tools, they can do so much more, and that's what we expect out of our scientists, and I know they're going to achieve that goal.
Well, that center cost about $7 million to build, with all of that money coming from donors.
The city of Venice will continue to let you bring your dog out to eat, but they must have some table manners. The city's doggy dining ordinance was set to expire in June, but this week, commissioners agreed to continue allowing customers to bring their dogs to certain designated outdoor areas at restaurants. There are some strict rules, though. The restaurant has to possess a valid city permit. Employees cannot pet dogs while serving food or drinks. Customers have to keep their dogs on a leash at all times, and signs must be posted at the restaurants that state the rules. For a complete list of doggy dining rules, go to our website, mysuncoast.com, because not everybody loves having dogs at their feet at restaurants. The next table might not.
Very true. Me, I love dogs.
Yeah,
so
I sure
I would
do
be
too.
very happy.
I sure do. But there are lots of choices out there, and if you don't like dogs, why, you can just walk down the street to a place where you can.
True.
And if you do like dogs, you can walk to the stores, to the restaurants where the sign says, "Dogs welcome."
Easy way to vote, right like that.
There you
Right
go.
like that, with your
Dogs
wallet.
got it figured it all out.
Vote with your wallet, right?
Always.
Some pretty nice weather shaping up for us. You're gonna like it. We'll talk about it in a second.
All right, looking forward to it. Still ahead, it's Memorial Day weekend, and a Suncoast cemetery will be having a special ceremony to remember our fallen heroes.
And at 5:35, what the White House plans to do in the wake of another setback for the proposed travel ban.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, here's a couple of numbers you're going to love. 66-degree temperature with a dew point of 60. That feels fantastic. By everybody's reckoning, I'd say. We will see those dew point values, 60s, start to rise back up into the 70s, but probably not until Sunday. So we get at least 2 days of some very delightful low humidity, lower than average temperatures for this time of year. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Calm winds right now. Winds certainly a lot more relaxed than they were 24 hours ago. So boaters, I'm sure you'll appreciate that. Dew point values across the state. Well, from about Fort Myers northward, the really drier air settled in, and it's led to some beautiful temperatures across the entire state. North of about Fort Myers, 56-degree dew point value in Jacksonville, Tallahassee at 55, even Sarasota coming in at 60. You get down to Miami and to Key West, and yeah, they didn't get much down there. So if you're traveling this weekend and you say you're going to Miami for the holiday, you may notice it being a whole lot thicker down there in terms of humidity. And you say to yourself, wow, what happened to that front? Well, it just didn't make it that far south with very much vigor. So unfortunately for them, they're not going to get the dry air. Fortunately for us, temperatures are lovely this time of morning across the Suncoast. 64 degrees Wauchula, 65 Parrish, 66 Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch coming in at 67. Arcadia comes in at 65, 69 in Venice, Inglewood, and Longboat Key coming in at 73. A lot of blue sky out there today. Radar is going to have a very quiet job of it today, tomorrow, probably on Sunday as well. Monday, likely maybe an isolated shower, but even Monday, things aren't going to be very active. Scanning radar across the state is quiet. Scanning radar across the deep south is quiet. So if you're traveling today, Atlanta airports, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte hubs, all look good. All look good. Now, there are some pockets of inclement weather across the country today. Northeast, down east Maine, seeing some rain showers in progress. Back to the west, there could be some stronger storms in the open plains, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma possibly, and then back to the west toward Denver. There could be actually some snow showers in progress at the high elevations there. For us, this high-pressure ridge builds in across the state. And as it builds in, our wind speeds relax, sunshine returns. The winds continue out of the north generally, northwest, and that provides us with that lower humidity air that'll be in place for, well, quite a little while, I think. So nice stuff. Sunny and dry, low humidity, and then those calmer winds. The seas have actually started to come down as well, so boaters will enjoy that. If you look at the water vapor imagery, which shows you the swirls and motions in the atmosphere and where the dry air is and is not, The tan color right over the state of Florida indicates that dry air. And boy, it's way upstream as well. So all of this is going to be our weather right straight through the weekend with plenty of sunshine, and it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. You take a look at the rainfall futurecast run by our RPM computer model, and it shows dry conditions across the state today, tomorrow. May get a little extra clouds coming our way on Sunday, because on Sunday I think I'll start to see the humidity start to rise a little bit as our winds shift more to a southerly direction. You know, I don't think we'll see much in the way of rainfall, even with that little extra cloud cover. Winds, as you see, much quieter than 24 hours ago when we had double-digit wind speeds even at this hour of the morning. Same thing down to the south. Nice day for boating. Fire danger index, though, I will draw your attention to this one. Remember yesterday how low it was in most locations? Well, it's starting to creep back up. Even with just one day of low humidity and sunshine and not much rainfall, the values of fire danger have increased. Still low in Sarasota, but now very high in Manatee County. So just be extra careful this weekend. Undoubtedly, the fire danger index will continue to rise without the rainfall as we head into the next several days, particularly as we get into Sunday and Monday and our temperatures start to rise up close to 90 once again. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. 301 heading southbound, seeing an increase in traffic. Also 41 towards Cortez, seeing some more cars on the roadway. Other than that, I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota. A little bit of slowdown, it looks like, on I-75 heading northbound. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road looking good as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area as well this morning. It is 5:21 on this Friday, and this Memorial Day weekend starts off with a special ceremony at the Sarasota National Cemetery.
That's a real nice place. Our Linda Carson has a preview for us.
Memorial Day will not be passed by lightly here on the Suncoast. There'll be many opportunities to pause and remember America's fallen heroes. Sunday, Lakewood Ranch pays a tribute to heroes with their annual Memorial Day Parade down Main Street. It starts at 7 p.m. And this Memorial Day weekend, the play The Remnant, a Vietnam survivor's story, makes its world premiere here on the Suncoast. It's the true story of Marine Lieutenant Jim Kyle, a Lakewood Ranch man whose friend was killed in Vietnam, and Kyle's struggle with survivor's guilt.
He searched and searched and searched to find out answers of why he died and how he died. And it took him 40 years before he finally got closure on his friend's death.
May 25th through the 28th at the Manatee County Performing Arts Center. Monday, the Manatee County Veterans Council kicks off Memorial Day with a 9 a.m. ceremony at Veterans Monument Park. And the annual Sarasota Memorial Day Parade steps off down Main Street at 10 a.m. with Sarasota Military Academy's newly appointed regimental commander, Colonel Alex Murphy, leading the parade.
It's a great honor to honor our fallen soldiers. I mean, that's what Memorial Day is all about, you know, being with family, remembering the fallen soldiers who have given so much ultimate sacrifice to our country so that we can live the lives that we want to live.
Veterans say it means a lot to see the crowds at these events.
Hamburgers and hot dogs are great, you know. However, we should just take a deep breath and realize what Memorial Day actually means.
He says when people come out, they show they care.
They do appreciate the sacrifices that every soldier makes and has to make up to and including death.
In Venice, the annual Memorial Day ceremony starts at 10 a.m. at Patriots Park, and there'll also be a special Memorial Day tribute at the 6th annual Myakka River Blues Festival at Snook Haven. Music starts at 11 a.m. And the Sarasota Concert Band presents its annual Memorial Day concert at Philippi State Park from 2 to 4 p.m. Be sure to bring along a blanket or a lawn chair to sit on. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Lots of choices.
Yeah, and while we all want to enjoy the weekend, we also have to remember what Memorial Day really is all about.
Good point. Yeah.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Amazon hopping on the grocery pickup train as the retail giant opens up its first 2 locations.
And at 5:33, the candidate who body slammed a reporter has won a seat in Congress. The story is on the way.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday, and I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
.26 should be a nice holiday weekend, sunny and hot. John's details are on the way.
Well, T-Mobile is going public with what it calls Digits, which will allow users all sorts of new options for them and their connected devices.
Here's today's Tech Bites report.
In today's Tech Bites, revamping phone numbers.
Starting Wednesday, T-Mobile customers can have more than one phone number on their smartphone. The feature called Digits will allow up to 5 phone numbers for a small charge.
It'll also allow customers to have one phone number across multiple devices.
Pretty cool.
Well, Amazon's grocery store pickup service is open for business in Seattle. Customers can select from thousands of items and order online or by mobile.
The items are then picked up at kiosks within 15 minutes of ordering. And Facebook CEO and Harvard dropout Mark Zuckerberg offered some tech advice during commencement at his old school. He told grads that some technology is worrying.
But he believes certain technologies, including Facebook, changes lives for the better.
Oh, he did he?
Yeah, another one he said, Instagram changes lives for the better. Same for WhatsApp.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Safelite.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
For years, I've told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a Republican candidate facing charges this morning, but that's not keeping him from winning a congressional election.
The investigation continues in Manchester after the deadly bombing attack, how police are taking extra measures to keep residents safe.
And the president's son-in-law now being looked at by the FBI as it continues its investigation into Russia ties.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, the eve of Memorial Day weekend, and there is a shot of a bridge. It'll be very busy come this weekend.
Oh man, I didn't even think about how busy that'll be when people are coming to and from towards the beach.
Yeah, a lot of drivers, a lot of joggers, bicyclists. 5:32, glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi for a look at this weekend's forecast. Hey, John.
Hi. Yeah, it looks great for this weekend. Today, this morning is absolutely beautiful. If you're going to be out and about, maybe taking a little bit of a walk or whatever, it's a beautiful morning for it. It's going to be a low relative humidity, plenty of sunshine wall to wall, and not a drop of rain. You'll see some scattered showers out in the Atlantic waters. Really, that's no big deal for us. That's the old frontal boundary that brought us our pretty good, decent rainfalls, but now it is far away from us, never to return. Say goodbye. We're looking at high pressure building in, bringing us sunshine wall to wall this afternoon, high UV indexes, and low relative humidity for this time of year, making the 83, 84 degree temperature feel pretty comfortable. We'll have the complete forecast for the weekend coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking Suncoast roads right now. A few extra cars heading southbound on 301 toward Sarasota. Nothing too much at this hour of the day. Farther south, a couple of red spots. First off, we see a slowdown along the bayfront from Ringling Causeway, which we just showed you, heading toward 41. And then also farther southbound on 41 as you head toward Bee Ridge Road. Nothing much in the South County maps at 5:33 on this Friday morning.
We're following some top local stories for you here on the Suncoast this morning.
A Punta Gorda attorney behind bars for tampering with a witness allegedly. According to the witness, Tana Bogle would charge a family $2,500 to take back a statement.
A search for a wanted suspect in Inglewood has led to the arrest of two homeowners for a separate crime. Amanda and Michael Mathern are facing several charges, including manufacturing marijuana and possessing over 20 grams of the drug.
And Northport is spending $500,000 to hire a design firm to make plans for its $11 million aquatic center. The project was approved earlier this week.
Topping our news this half hour, the Republican candidate in Montana, Greg Gianforte, has won a congressional seat despite being charged with assault after body slamming a reporter the day before the election.
He could spend up to 6 months behind bars still. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez says the story.
Republican Greg Gianforte claiming victory in Montana's special congressional election.
Tonight we won a victory for all Montanans.
Winning despite being charged with misdemeanor assault just hours before voters went to the polls.
Last night I made a mistake. And I took an action that I can't take back, and I'm not proud of what happened. I should not have responded in the way that I did, and for that I'm sorry.
Audio of the encounter recorded by Guardian reporter Ben Jacobs as he asked Gianforte about health care.
And we'll talk to you about that later. Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you have the speak right with now. Shane, please.
I'm sick and tired of you guys. The last time that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the Guardian?
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
The last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Get the hell out of here.
Grabbed my recorder, and next thing I knew, I'd gone from being vertical to being horizontal and on the floor.
Gianforte's campaign insists he was just grabbing for the phone he says Jacobs pushed in his face, saying it's unfortunate that this aggressive behavior from a liberal journalist created this scene. Many going to the polls in Montana say this had no impact on their vote.
No, it did not change because we're all imperfect and we've all made mistakes, and unfortunately he made a bad choice.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It is not over yet there. The sheriff's office charged Gianforte with a misdemeanor assault.
An update on the Manchester terror attack as armed police officers are now patrolling trains in the United Kingdom for the first time ever. The British Transport Police said in a statement that specially trained firearms officers will be patrolling on-board train services. British Transport Police say by having firearms officers on board trains, we're ensuring the trains remain as safe as possible for passengers. Our patrols will be highly visible and passengers should feel comforted by their presence. Please do speak to them if you have any concerns at all. Meanwhile, here in Florida, Governor Rick Scott has signed a bill into law that officially makes terrorism a crime in the state of Florida. It creates criminal offenses for people who engage in illegal activities in connection with terrorist organizations or commit acts of terrorism. Governor Rick Scott says the state is doing everything in its power to make sure no family or community suffers like those affected by the Pulse nightclub shooting, when an ISIS-inspired terrorist killed 49 people. A counterterrorism conference was held in Orlando yesterday, where law enforcement officers stressed that citizen involvement is key in combating terrorist activity. And the ongoing probe into Russia's involvement in the 2016 election will now include investigating President Trump's son-in-law.
ABC's Lana Zak has the latest.
As President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor, Jared Kushner has been by the president's side. And now sources tell ABC News Kushner is among a number of White House staffers and former Trump campaign officials who are likely to be interviewed by the FBI in connection with the Russia investigation, though he's not a target and has not been accused of committing a crime. Kushner's lawyer said the first son-in-law would cooperate, writing in a statement, Mr. Kushner previously volunteered to share with Congress what he knows about these meetings. He will do the same if he's contacted in connection with any other inquiry. Of particular interest to investigators is a transition meeting with Russian Ambassador Kislyak and a separate meeting with a Russian financial executive. Meanwhile, the first international tour for President Trump continues in Europe today, after a couple of less than diplomatic moments made international headlines.
23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States.
The president lecturing NATO members while they looked on stone-faced and appearing to push aside the Prime Minister of Montenegro to get in front for a photo op.
And while the president publicly scolded those European leaders for their payments, what he didn't say may be even more concerning to the members of NATO, not reinforcing the Mutual Defense Pledge. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
Another setback for the president's proposed travel ban. A federal appeals court in Virginia ruled against the latest version of the initiative. The court agreed to a lower court's decision to stop core portions of the executive order. It would have put restrictions on passengers from several foreign countries from entering this country. A Mississippi woman could go to court for allegedly dropping her gun inside a clinic and shooting somebody. Officials say the woman accidentally dropped her purse, causing the gun to fire. It struck another patient inside the clinic in the leg. She was taken to another medical center for treatment. Police say the woman could face assault and negligence charges.
Well, Memorial Day weekend is almost here, and if you decide to travel, you'll likely run into some heavy traffic and delays. More than 39 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more this holiday weekend. That's 1 million more than last year and the most since 2005. In Florida alone, the number of travelers will be around 2 million, which is an increase of more than 3%. But it'll cost you as well to get to your destination. Gas prices in the state are up slightly from last year, costing 6 cents more per gallon than in 2016. But AAA expects the weekend to be very busy, regardless of where you may be going and how you're getting there.
Year to date, AAA's travel bookings are up 17% over the prior year. We expect a strong Memorial Day travel. Memorial Day is the typical kickoff to Americans' summer driving.
According to AAA, the top worldwide destination for Memorial Day travelers this year is Orlando.
And speaking of which, just in time for the holiday weekend, a new amusement park with a South Pacific theme has opened in Orlando. Universal Orlando opened Volcano Bay Water Park on Thursday. At the center of the 30-acre park is a 200-foot roller coaster that's part water volcano and part fire volcano. There are 17 other rides, a beach, a winding river, and a lagoon. What the park doesn't have, ticket booths or turnstiles. Instead, visitors move around the park and pay for food and souvenirs with smart wristbands that work like Disney's Magic Bands. Volcano Bay is the third theme park at Universal Orlando. It replaces Universal's Wet and Wild Water Park, which closed last year. Next week starts Savor Sarasota Restaurant Week. A number of restaurants are offering big discounts on their usual meals. So next half hour, we'll talk to Lynn Hobeck-Bates from Visit Sarasota County about some of the deals. That is at 6:15 next half hour right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
I am looking forward to that because I've been wanting to try so many restaurants here in Sarasota, and that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's half price in some restaurants.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
And they sometimes, create menu items that are, you don't normally see them on the regular menus, and they're special, and they, really kind of pull out all the stops to make it a good impression. So it's a nice deal.
Looking forward to it.
You'll enjoy it. We have some beautiful weather shaping up for the weekend. Talk about that in a sec.
All right, still ahead, you've heard it for years. Don't eat before you go to bed. But new research is suggesting the complete opposite.
Up next in Health Smart.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC7.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month. or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
66 degrees our air temperature. Clear skies out there right now with a dew point value of 60. That feels great. We're looking at calmer winds this morning as well. So if you're a boater and wanted to get out there and start your weekend a little early, it looks like it's going to be just beautiful weather for that. We'll have a relative humidity that'll be in the comfortable range right straight through the afternoon when daytime highs top out probably around 83 or 84. Dew point values, an indication of just how moist the air is, shows dry air has filtered all the way down to just about Lake Okeechobee, Fort Myers line. Below that, it's still kind of humid, so if you're traveling to Miami today or to the Keys, it's still going to be a little sticky out there. Otherwise, local temperatures have 66 in Wauchula, Myakka, Arcadia, 67 in Northport, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 68 degrees, 66 Sarasota, 70 in Venice and Inglewood, and Longboat Key, the hot spot, at only 74 degrees. Titan radar's quiet. They're not going to see much in the way of radar echoes. Really, it looks like straight through the weekend, although Monday, Memorial Day, there may be a late afternoon shower, but I think that would be mostly in inland areas along the sea breeze front, not so much along the coast or beaches, which is excellent because you don't want thunderstorms on a big beach day, and hopefully we won't see that. Titan radar not showing much across the entire state or the deep south. Traveling today on this long weekend, why the Atlanta airport, the Raleigh-Durham, Charlotte hubs all look good. Where is the weather? Well, we have some showers ongoing from about New York City on up through Boston and into down east Maine. Could be some kind of gusty winds associated with that one, strong onshore flow there. High pressure, though, is bringing a whole lot of the country delightful weather. You have high below and above this frontal boundary, so that just a lot of the nation is enjoying some tranquil conditions. Kansas, Nebraska, maybe parts of Oklahoma having a chance of seeing some severe weather today, and then back to the west, a low pressure area near Denver producing some mountain snows and some rain showers as well. But otherwise, I think we're looking at some pretty decent weather shaping up for the entire Florida peninsula right straight through most of the holiday. Now, high pressure filtering southward and building in across the peninsula is going to bring us those lighter, calmer winds today and tomorrow. Sunday as well. So if you're itching to get out there in the boat, maybe do a little fishing, water skiing, whatever, everything looks great for that. The seas will start to subside today, and certainly the wind speeds are already down. Sunny and dry, low humidity, calmer winds. Sound pretty good? Yes, it sure does. It's a real gift for us this weekend. A lot of dry air aloft as well. Water vapor imagery showing that as this tan colorization. So with all that dry air aloft, that means those UV rays don't have much to be absorbed by in terms of cloud cover. So they're coming right down to the ground. UV indexes will be high. As you're out there enjoying the beaches or the out of doors, be sure and wear an SPF 50 or better sunscreen, because it will not take long this weekend to burn. And the thing is, with the lower relative humidity and the lower temperatures, air temperatures, a lot of folks may spend longer periods of time out of doors than they might otherwise if the temperature were 90 degrees and the humidity was high. So just be aware of that this weekend. Don't want any lobster necks on Monday, right? We have across the region a few clouds building by Sunday, I would say, especially in the northern part of the state. As that high kind of drifts out into the Atlantic, we'll see the return flow start to lift a southerly wind in this direction, and especially the panhandle of the state will start to see a little bit more moisture rapidly return and a little extra cloud cover. We may see a little around here too starting on Sunday, but certainly on Monday. As far as the forecast goes, expect to see warmer temperatures as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with daytime highs, again, near 90. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I think we can think about start putting in those rain shower chances again. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. 301 heading northbound, seeing an increase in traffic. State Road 70 looking good, but it looks like some congestion on 64 in both directions as you head into downtown Bradenton. As we head into Sarasota County, it looks like some congestion on Fruitville Road. Also some congestion near the Bayfront Park area. I-75 looking clear as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area. A little bit of slowdown on 41 as you head into Warm Mineral Springs and Tarpon Point.
All right, it's 10 to 6 now. Health Smart. Well, first they say don't go to bed on a full stomach. Okay, fine. Now they say don't go to bed on an empty stomach either.
Well, which one is it? We have the details in today's Health Smart.
Snacking before bedtime could be beneficial to achieving optimal Z's, but just what should you eat and when? Those foods need to contain the amino acid tryptophan. Yep, the one and the same we associate with turkey and Thanksgiving dinner-induced slumber. Tryptophan is identified with sleepiness because it is converted to two brain chemicals linked with sleep: melatonin, which regulates your body's sleep cycle, and serotonin, which causes relaxation and drowsiness. But before you gnaw on that turkey leg, here are some other high tryptophan snacks to consider: egg whites, low-fat cheese, chicken. Carbohydrate-rich foods like granola, unsweetened cereals, and whole grain crackers are known to boost the production of melatonin and serotonin. Set your sweet snacking sights on pineapples, oranges, and bananas, which are also linked to an increase in melatonin. So are you ready to raid the fridge for your midnight snack? Don't do it. Stay away from spicy snacks and stick small. Avoid big meals at least 4 to 5 hours before hitting the sack. And according to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep in 2013, you shouldn't consume caffeine at least 6 hours before bedtime. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Well, one of my favorite stories today, eating a small amount of chocolate every week or so may actually decrease your risk of developing a serious type of irregular heart rhythm called atrial fibrillation. A study in the journal Heart looked at data collected for a long-term study of about 55,000 people in Denmark. Those who ate one serving of chocolate a week were 17% less likely to be diagnosed with AFib by the end of the study than those who only ate chocolate less than once a month. Eating cocoa or foods that contain it may help heart health because they contain anti-inflammatory or antioxidant properties. But what about people who eat chocolate every day?
As my brother says, my brother's a doctor, he says a lot of moderation is the key.
Well, I like chocolate too much.
I know, me too. 5:52, NASA's first images of its mission to Jupiter shows some strong characteristics.
We'll have that story coming up. Stay with us.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small.
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia. But the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
We'll take a look at this. NASA revealing the first results of its Juno mission to Jupiter. And what researchers are learning is challenging their beliefs about the big gas giant. Scientists have learned that the planet has Earth-sized polar cyclones, and it also has wells of ammonia that form giant and violent weather systems in the deep atmosphere. Juno also revealed Jupiter's magnetic field is 10 times that of Earth's and twice as strong as they had expected. Juno launched 6 years ago but didn't arrive until last July. The craft has been orbiting the planet and performing calculated flybys every 53 days, and I think it's crazy that it took them 6 years. They left 6 years ago and they just got there last July.
I've had some
trips that felt like that too.
Right.
But that was amazing what you just said.
Yeah.
That their storms are as large as our Earth.
That's crazy. Mind-blowing.
Think about that. That's incredible.
We'll update John's holiday weekend forecast and local news next. Stay right there.